Most people think that protein is the secret to carnivore success. There's the twist. It's actually fat that makes the bigger difference. Today I'm breaking down exactly how fat fuels your body and make the diet work. Most of us are actually using fats wrong, and it holds us back. Stay with me and I'll show you how you can use fat to unlock focus, energy, and real results on the carnivore diet. The first point is why eating enough fats is not negotiable on carnivore. Because many people believe that feeling low in energy, they feel that they are low in energy and they feel hungry or unsatisfied on the carnivore. You can also feel that you're hungry late at night, that you want to have a snack, or that you don't feel stuffed when you have just eaten. That it is hard to get that feeling that you get when you eat a lot of carbs. And what you can do then is that you can eat a lot of fats to get the stuffed feeling. You can start your meal with eating fats or butter for the start of your meal, and then you can continue to eat your meal to get that stuffed feeling after you have eaten. Because you don't get this, you eat too little fat, and that is why you are feeling these types of and the mistake that most of us are doing is that assuming that protein alone will provide energy and fullness. And that is something that is so easy that you can eat a lot of meat and you can skip the fats for getting all the benefits of the carnivore diet. But protein is anything without enough fat, because it can leave you feeling depleted and hungry. And that is something that will become an issue in the long run if you don't eat as much fat as you should. Because some say that increasing protein is enough for energy, but this can cause energy crashes, since the body may turn excess protein into glucose, and that is something that we don't want when we eat in a day. We want to feel full, and we want to have a steady flow of energy between minutes and throughout the day. It shouldn't be possible to not eat, for instance, for 16 hours, for 23 or even longer when you're eating this way, because if you eat a lot of fats, you get full anyway. And if we balance our fat intake, we will stabilize the blood sugar and reduce cravings. And the cravings is the problem when we overeat and when we get those cravings for sugar and for carbs. And that is something that we don't want, because we want to stay away from those kind of feelings. And people with low fat often have energy dips and more cravings. When you feel these cravings, try to eat more fats, because that is something that helps you in the long run. And now, when we have talked about this, I will explain how much fat you need to eat on the carnivore diet. Because point number 2 is how to find your optimal fat to protein ratio. Not all fat to protein ratios work equal well for everyone, because carnivore diet isn't a one-size-fits-all. It is something that you need to try, and it is a little bit of trial and error to get everything right and in the right place. Because it's better to find your personal balance. That is the crucial point for getting energy and satisfaction for you. What works for you maybe don't work for me, and the other way around. It is an eliminating diet where you should eliminate the things that triggers you in the first hand, and you should eliminate in that way what you can eat that will satisfy you. So that is something that is really important. And now we should go over how you should dine in the right ratios for your needs. Because the challenge is people, or you, maybe often eat too much protein and too little fat. If we take a look at the chicken breast, for instance, that is something that is really protein rich, but it has a low ratio protein to fat because it's a lean cut of meat. It has a little protein, it has a little fat in it. That is something that won't get us full. It don't becomes that energy that we want. Then we have to add something to that if we want to chicken breast, for instance. Because more protein equals more muscle can lead to disrupted energy. And if we have an example of how much protein you should eat, because eating a 1-to-1 ratio by weight might leave you hungry or tired. If you, in the other way, if you try to find an 80-to-20 fat to protein ratio, you can feel sluggish if protein is too low. And if you start with around 17% fat and 30% protein by calories for balance, energy, and muscle support, then you will feel much fulfillment or in your energy levels. The thing is that you should try to fine tune those levels and get the right ratio that is right for you. And that is something that only you can answer, and that is something you should try to fine tune and see. And the easiest way to do that is that you use a scale and you monitor your food for a little while and see how much you are eating in the different macronutrients. It's important to weigh your meals for a little while and see how much you're eating to get a feel. Then when you have a feeling, you can take a step back and not weigh your food and think about the calorie intake, think about the macronutrients and do journaling in that. But it's a good way to start to journal your food. And fine-tuning your ratios will improve stable energy and mental clarity and satiety. And that is something that we are after, to have those three elements in place so we can feel calmness in the body and not be controlled with food, because that is something that is a real struggle to be in that hostile takeover over the food. And that is something that makes the carnivore diet more effective and sustainable for you when you get these ratios dialed in for your type and for with your ideal ratio. Now we should talk about the quality fats to keep it simple and effective, because that is something that we want as well, an effective way to get that ratio that we're after. Because the point 3 is the best source of fat to sustain energy and health. And choosing the right fats is crucial for a successful carnivore diet, because it's different fats that you can choose. You got seed oil, you got butter, and it's hard maybe sometimes to know what to choose. Quality fats makes a real difference in energy and nutrition, because if you want to feel a balanced diet, you want to have quality fat. And what is quality fat then? I want to break down the best fat sources and how to include them, because not all fats are equal. Lower quality fats can disrupt energy level and nutrition. That is something that we need to have in place, check in place, know what fats we should eat, because not every fat is something that we should eat. And if we look at the recommendations, is that you should eat grass-fed butter or butter just itself. One way is to eat unsalted butter and make different things with that type of butter. The salt in the butter isn't that important, but if you like that kind of way, and then you can eat the butter, for instance, if you have a hard time to digest the butter. I have started to freeze small cubes of butter and have that in the freezers, and then when you want to eat something, you take a little small cube of butter and you get that calm feeling in the body that you want you don't have that craving anymore for as much food. So that is a great way. And tallow is another great fat source that you can. That is a great way. Suet is another great fat source as well. And of course, fatty cuts of meat like ribeye is a great example. But the key point with those fatty steaks is that it can be something that is pricey, and that is something that makes people shy away from trying this diet. Me myself included. I was really, that was a big hurdle for me just to start the diet, because I thought that I should eat high quality meats to get this diet started, and that was something that I was wrong about, and because you can eat different parts of the animal, you don't need to have the most exclusive parts of the animal. And of course, if you have the budget for it, I don't have it. If you have the budget for it, of course you should eat the most quality pieces of the animal that you're eating. Some say that oils like olive and avocado are fine, but these lacks the nutrition and satiety of animal fats. You should lean on the animal fats, and butter is cheap and a fantastic source of energy if you want to look into fats. And animal-based fats align with carnivore principles, providing better energy and satiety. That is more that we should look into, instead of placing some type of animal butter in a box that fits the diet. It's more important that you feel better when you're eating these types of animal fats. And if it's tallow that is something that is better for you than butter, do that, because I've seen people that eat loads of tallow and you feel fantastic on that types of fat source for fuel. And then the thing that you should start with is to stick with high quality animal fats to see noticeable improvements. That is something that you should start, of course, to have the high quality on what you're choosing. If you're choosing butter, take butter that you haven't a lot of ingredients in them that aren't good. If you're taking tallow, look up what kind of tallow that you're eating. It's important to have a feel for what you're eating. And with high quality animal fats, help you feel full longer and boost your energy levels. And that is what we have talked about in this video, about how you should do to boost yourself in the best way. Because this switch improves daily well-being with minimal effort. Now that you know which fat source to focus on, let's look on the way to keep your knowledge into action. Because getting your fat intake right on the carnivore diet is essential to reach the best energy, full, firmness, and consistency on your results. And if you're interested in checking out more of these types of videos, click this video and you will be taken to more tips that go in depth on how you should treat this carnivore diet. So click on this video now, and I see you over there in this video.